let me try to kind of formulate this. I think one of the prompts for the idea of the inclusion came from, I may have mentioned this to some of you at the table, but there was a comment by Venturi, actually in relationship to Crown Hall at IIT, where his argument was that you couldn't bring a Coke machine into Crown Hall. It would destroy it. It would destroy the universal space because it came from a completely different, it was this pop object, or it could be read as such, not designed by Mies, not, a kind of happy resident in the universal space, and that, Mies's free plan, however free it looked, actually couldn't be moved an inch. That it was highly controlled, highly composed, represented a very specific universe of architecture. So that sort of spawned an interest I had in difference. And there was a certain kind of difference being promulgated, say, at Columbia, like in Greg Lynn's studio especially, where difference would be entirely predicated on variation or change within a very specific system. And I came from a slightly older generation. We still had the after effects of collage procedures. And much of Greg's ideology, and Kipnis's too, was kind of vehemently anti-collage, anti-disjunction, that in a way I think they were seeking a newer version of modernism with computation, but a very pure state of it. So I think, there was both an interest in that within a systemic, but then also an interest in seeing how the world might contaminate your project and how the project could even react to something outside of itself. So there's a kind of, at the level of the design, a kind of politics too. How would the foreign or the outside be responded to in your architecture, or something you couldn't control?